Hi, this is Sarah Lee, consultant at Southwest Center, coming to you with a literacy lesson. I'm going to be starting a series today about interactive read-alouds, and today we're going to jump into the why. Why take time during your instructional day for interactive read-alouds? First, I want to make sure we understand the difference between story time and read-alouds. Story time's awesome. I love story time with my own kids and kids at school when we just want to sit down just for the enjoyment of the book, and it's a great thing to do. Interactive read-aloud, also wonderful, but it serves a different purpose. Interactive read-alouds cover 6 of the 8 strands of Scarborough's reading rope, so it's a huge bang for your buck of ways to practice language comprehension skills and even word recognition. So let's talk about what some of those benefits are for doing interactive read-aloud. The first one, that word recognition piece. We don't think about that because the kids aren't decoding the word. However, phonological awareness is being developed when you're doing read-alouds with your students. They're hearing words, they're hearing how sounds go together, maybe in new or different patterns than they've heard before, and it will increase the likelihood of them being able to decode words that they are experiencing the phonological awareness of. It is also one of the best ways to get that vocabulary introduction that is what they may not encounter on their own. Because when you pick an interactive read-aloud text, you want to pick a grade level higher than what their independent reading level is. So if I'm a 2nd grade teacher, I might look for a book at a 3rd grade level. Because listening comprehension is typically higher than independent reading comprehension, you can introduce them to great vocabulary words with quick incidental vocabulary instruction. Modeling a fluent reading. When you are reading that book aloud, that interactive read aloud to your kids, they get to hear phrasing, pausing, how you're using punctuation, how you're changing tone, the speed of rate of reading, and they get that great example of what fluent reading sounds like. Building background knowledge, this might be one of my favorites. When you're picking great text for read-alouds, you can expose kids to different places, different cultures, different scenarios, different types of characters. Science and social studies topics can be introduced. You have a great tool when you're picking well across a wide variety of texts to get background knowledge built that will serve them in so many other reading experiences. Developing speaking and listening skills. One of the key things you do during interactive read aloud is you're interactive. And not just you with the kids, but kids with kids. So they get the opportunity to turn and talk, practice speaking about the text. You might give sentence stems, you might give sentence starters. They also have to listen and build in structures for kids of how to speak and how to listen and how to respond. Wonderful way to work on those speaking and listening skills. Foster students' higher order thinking skills. You are also going to plan in your interactive read aloud, what are some great questions that you're going to ask that they will turn and talk about, or whole group discussion. What can we do to infer, to draw conclusions, to summarize, to predict? You build in and plan for these great questions that take them beyond the surface level text and help them dig deeper and really use those higher order thinking skills. And now, increase content knowledge. When you're picking great text, you want to pick things that introduce science concepts you may be getting ready to teach about, social studies things you're going to be teaching about. You can build content knowledge. Remember those old thematic units? That's not bad stuff. When we build our text around themes that we know they need to have for science and social studies, we are working smarter, not harder. And finally, promoting a positive attitude toward reading. When you have these interactive read aloud times with your class, you can bring in your joy of reading, your excitement. You might have some cliffhangers in the book that you're reading. You might have some emotional moments, but you are showing kids that this is fun, this is exciting. Books are great things to connect around, to build your classroom community around. And so positive feelings towards reading are a wonderful benefit. When you come back next time, we're going to jump into how to do it, and we'll go into what you do in the pre-reading or before reading to set the book up to be the best experience for your kids. Thanks for watching.